What's going on, my friends? This is Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. This morning we have another awesome guest. We are going to be talking about mindset. We're going to be talking about leading with value. We're going to be talking about all kinds of awesome stuff as usual. Josh, welcome to the show, brother.
Hey, thanks for having me, David. Pumped to be here.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome. So tell us, first of all, Matt, did you work with him? Sorry, I'm going to bring you in real quick, Matt,
Yeah.
on the audio piece. And did you get him to unplug his earplugs?
No.
And just go straight. Hey, Josh, would you unplug your earplugs and just go straight out of whatever device you're with as far as audio?
Yeah. How's that? Is that better?
I can't tell.
Seems fine on my end.
Okay, yeah, I think it's a little bit better, actually. Okay, cool. Josh, give me another audio check.
Yeah, can you hear me? Is that good?
Yeah. Hey, I just want to make sure, man, that we can hear you, brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that we can hear what you got to say, and it's nice and clear. So yeah, listen, man, tell us how what brought you online and what led you to look for Legendary? Were you looking for us, and a little bit about what's happened since then?
Okay, so basically, I've been in the online market for the last decade or so. So I'm a freelance artist. Traditionally, I'm an animator and things like that. So I've been online for a while. And it was April 2020 when everything the world stood still. I was working 14, 15 hours at an Amazon warehouse, and I was looking for a way out. I was looking for something else to do. And as most of us do, came across a TikTok of some guy talking about affiliate marketing, saying that he was making this amount of money online. He was able to take control of his life. And I was like, wow, this sounds incredible. Like, how do I get in? And as I kind of looked into it, I became more reserved about it. I put up the obstacles. I did what most people do. I said, it won't work for me. My family wouldn't understand. I wouldn't want my friends to see me online. I told myself pretty much every line excuse to not take myself up on the offer. Then roll on 17 months later, I moved from the UK to Puerto Rico. Not allowed to legally work over here because it's a US part of the United States. And all I have to rely on is my savings and all those things that I had built up over the last couple of years. So I was like, okay, well, I need to think of an alternative. I tried all the side hustles, mobile game testing websites, you name it, I tried it. Didn't work out. Then, the TikTok came around again. Someone said, hey, try affiliate marketing. And I said to myself, okay, well, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it differently to how I've ever tried anything else in the past. I'm going to tell myself that whatever happens, you've got to take action with those steps. And most importantly, don't quit. That's where I came across Legendary. And it was pretty much what I said to myself was what you were saying to everybody else as well. Like, don't quit, take action, be uncomfortable, make those decisions to push yourself every day. And because it kind of aligned with what I was telling myself anyway, it was like pretty much fate in my eyes.
Nice. So did you actually get started? Was there a 17-month gap, did you say, in between the first time you came across us and in this time?
Yeah, so I didn't sign up the first time. I saw it and I was like, it looks great, but everyone just seemed super successful. And I just thought, a guy like me from a small city in the UK, it just wasn't going to work. So I kind of just thought, you know what? And it just faded off into the distance. And then when it came across again, I just said, you know what, to hell with it. There's never going to be a better time to start than now. Let's see what it's all about and let's do it.
Well, the best time to start was 17 months ago,
yes.
right? And the second best time to start is right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for those of you who can relate to that, I cannot tell you, Josh, how many stories I've heard like that, to where somebody has come across somebody talking about Legendary or even signed up and started the challenge and then dipped out because for whatever reason, and then came back some months or I mean, in this case, over a year later. It just is fascinating to me. You know what I mean? And it wasn't really particularly an email that brought you back. It wasn't that you were on a list. It was that you found yourself back on TikTok, and then another video that was sending you to the challenge came across your TikTok, right? And it was almost like, geez, you know, is this some sort of, is the universe trying to tell me something here or something, right? I mean, maybe you took it like that.
Just came across me again, and you know, I use myself as the case study now. When people say like, "Oh, I want to look into it a little bit more. I want to do all of these things before I start," and I say, take it from someone who wasted 17 months. Okay, saw it and did nothing with it. Like, you know, I try not to live life with regrets, but in this business, the only thing in my head is what would have happened if I'd have started back in April 2020? What could have I achieved? You know, how much more could I have expanded this business? And it just motivates me to really keep going this time and to really hit the ground running. So I just tell people like, hey, I found it, didn't do anything with it. Don't make my mistake.
Yeah. And what a person to hear that from. I mean, you know, it's so easy for all of us to just say everything, but coming from somebody who actually did it, you know, who signed up, who then took 17 months to get ready and just got distracted, but also dealt with your mindset. And that was one of the things that I noticed. We sent you a couple of questions when we invited you on the show, and you mentioned mindset quite a bit. I mean, the things that you described there were 100% all in your head. It was just small guy from small town in UK. All of these different, well, I mean, some people call them imposter syndrome. Some people call them. For you though, has something changed, or was it? I mean, do those voices still come up and you just push through them? I mean, talk to us a little bit about how your mindset has played a part in this journey.
Yeah, of course. Like mindset, I have found whenever I talk about affiliate marketing, whenever I talk about legendary and getting started, I talk about the 4 fundamentals. Now, 3 of them are your equipment that you use, your phone, laptop, internet. Everyone's got them pretty much. But the 4th thing is like your core pillar, which is your mindset. And like most of us do, I have good days and bad days. You know, I struggle with things like I'll check TikTok one day and I don't get the views that I kind of anticipate from the content I make, and it kind of still gets to me a little bit. But it's having that mindset to think, okay, well, that didn't work. Okay, what do I do differently tomorrow? What do I do differently today to push through and to turn that mistake into a positive? Because I'm such a data orientated person. So I look at figures pretty much every day, and they do play a role in how I feel with this business.
Do you look at anything more than just your commissions?
Yeah. So I look at like how many people follow me, how many people engage with me, like how many people, like I really look at like the percentages of like email opens and things like that.
Okay.
And I've
You're
got
really digging in.
Yeah, like just because then it works for me in my head. Like, okay, that email worked with this many people. It didn't work today because of trying to work out what reason it was. But the mindset.
Back when I first got started, in many days today, the only data that I look at is just my commission. So that's why I was just trying to just see if you were the same type of guy. Because I look at all the dashboards and stuff that we pay hundreds of dollars a month at this point here as you grow your business, more dashboards. My eyes just glaze over. We have smarter people in the company that understand those things. I just go look at the sales thing and I say, because you know what? Want to know why I look at the sales? Because cash solves everything in a business. Cash solves everything in a business. There's not a single problem in a business that cash flow won't solve. So but that's great that you're looking at all these numbers and the analytics. I maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that, made kind of a commitment or an intention to not make decisions that weren't really data driven, because
Yeah.
I was so non-data, non-analytical, and I would just make decisions that were based on how I felt, and feelings don't tend to typically be facts all the time. And so yeah, now we try within our company here to only make decisions that are based on real data, not taking things away and really looking at the numbers. So that's good. And TikTok, for example, gives you amazing data for those of you who haven't looked into the analytics. And you mentioned some other things about email open rates and stuff like that. So that's cool stuff. So what else? We mentioned that in the headline for the show, leading with value to skyrocket results.
Yeah.
Talk to us about, and we're gonna put your TikTok handle up here so people. It looks like you've got a couple of different TikToks.
Yeah.
Do you or don't you? Do you have just one?
I've got
Okay.
I've got two that I run, and then a few like the scam accounts that are popping up.
Right. So talk to us a little bit about how you're kind of building and creating content. What are some of the things that you've found that are working really well? What does value mean? When we headline a show like this, leading with value to a brand new person, that leading with value, that doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? So give us your definition of what like that actually means, leading with value, and then talk about how you're incorporating that into your videos and what have you learned?
Yeah, so basically, it was probably the biggest mistake I made when I first started this whole business. And it's a common mistake I found most beginners make. And it's having the mindset of making money. Because most of us have seen a TikTok or get into this business because someone has said, I make this amount of money from home because of affiliate marketing. So we naturally go into this business wanting to make money. And we focus on figures and we focus on commissions, and we automatically see every person who speaks to us as a number, as a potential customer, and we try and get that person to buy from us. And one of the things I found out was if you do that, your audience can see through it, and they know that you don't necessarily care about them. And I had a conversation back in October with a guy where I was like, hey, I can see you want to make money online. This is how I start with affiliate marketing. If you want to, here's the course I started, changed my life. And all he kept saying to me was, is this a robot? Who are you? Is this a scam? And it really hit home that my intentions were to show him a way to solve his issues with money and to find a way to make money online legitimately through something I'd have done myself. But the way I was going about it was focusing on making money. And as soon as I made that mindset shift to only focus on providing value to my audience, generally helping people, giving them like the steps on how you set up an affiliate marketing business, give you the tips on funnels, email autoresponders, be that the main focus, like give people as much free value as possible, and then the money takes care of itself. And for people who are just starting out, for all of the beginners, it is crazy to hear that, because it's like, oh, I want to make this amount of money. My business plan says this. I want to hit this amount of commissions by this point. But trust me, from someone who has had the wrong mindset and made the change, as soon as you put your audience first, because you want to imagine you're talking to yourself just before you started the challenge. What would you want to hear from someone? Would you want them to genuinely tell you that I'm here for you? Whatever questions you've got, I'm here to answer them for you. If you sign up for the challenge, come back to me with your questions. And that's how you build a sustainable business where people actually want to buy from you. They don't want to necessarily buy the products. It's you are the brand, and that's who they trust, you.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. My take on delivering value is in this was a real breakthrough for me because I was uncomfortable with selling and I was uncomfortable with even mentioning prices or telling somebody to go buy something when I first got started because I was just so uncomfortable with money and I was uncomfortable with asking people to give me money or to buy something from me. And
Yeah.
so what I learned was that I could do education based selling to where I actually never sold anything. And the only thing that I ever did was teach. And so I would say, hey guys, essentially, I would say, hey guys, come over here. Let me show you this cool tool. It's helping me, send emails to people uh, automatically without having to do it one by one or manually. It's called an autoresponder. Let me show you how it works. And so hey, if you want to learn more about this, specifically how I use this tool to build an automated online business that provides income, then hey, go click the link and click this and take this course and hey, let's learn together, right? Let's build a business together and you can be on that same journey, right? So that right there, I mean, there's obviously a little bit of pitching, there's a little bit of hype and excitement, there's a
Mhm.
little bit of urgency. I mean, selling, I encourage everybody to embrace selling, even though that's not really what we're doing, because there's so many principles that are so powerful. But at the end of the day, the simple point that I wanted to make was that for me, providing value was just simply teaching stuff.
Yeah.
And it was just simply being entertaining. And that's why we call it edutainment here at Legendary, is because
Yeah.
it was just me teaching stuff. And if I was an affiliate marketer getting started today, I would be on TikTok, I would be on Instagram, and I might not particularly be doing things that are totally outside of my personality, but I would absolutely be on that app every day, 3 to 4 times a day with videos that teach little ideas, little 1-minute nuggets, little stories that give value and teach stuff. But again, I think the big word there is teach. And if we adopt this philosophy of learn, do it, and then teach it, what is fascinating about that is not only will you be successful with that philosophy, but you will also um you'll also learn a lot faster. Those of you who are like having a hard time really understanding some of this stuff, you feel like you're stuck with some of this stuff, begin trying to explain it to others. Begin teaching it, just trying to explain it to others, because when you teach something yourself, you actually not only do yourself a favor and build your audience and probably make yourself some money by giving people value, but you also simultaneously learn it better and faster because you're re-explaining it, which is it's a powerful. I mean, you see children doing it. I see my 5-year-old doing it all the time. Her mom will tell her something, and then she'll go around correcting me when she sees me doing it. The 5-year-old teaching me, and is all she did was she's just reteaching something that she doesn't even hardly understand. But it's just helping her learn it even more. So that was what came up for me. What about what I just said resonates? I mean, is that something that, and did you have a challenge with that, Josh, the teaching piece? Did you feel like, hey, who the hell's going to listen to me?
Yeah, it was exactly when you start out. You have a difficulty like putting value on the information that you now know, and like putting yourself in a position of power. Like as soon as you start the challenge, even if you're on day one, you know more than the person who hasn't started. And the best way to learn is like what you said, by teaching. And this is something I found throughout my entire life. When I was at college, university, I taught a little bit because I wanted to have that position of if I can teach it, then I know it. And
Yeah.
that's something that you want to do with affiliate marketing and going through Legendary. It's like every bit of information you take, you can then give to somebody else. You can then practice what you're preaching to other people and give them the little bits of value that you're getting every single day from the challenge.
I actually like what you just said, and I'm going to butcher it, but it was something like every single thing that you learn, you should turn around and try to teach, because if you can't explain to somebody else and you may not understand it yourself,
100%. Yeah.
you got to keep learning and you got to keep explaining until you can explain it clearly to somebody else, because if you can explain it clearly to somebody else, then you'll never forget it. You'll never be stuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I had that.
I mean, to me, this is a mind. But look, if I was watching this show every day for the last 6 months and I just heard what was just said right there within the last 5 minutes, my mind might be blown a little bit if I was struggling to get started or kind of getting ready to get ready or not really feeling like I'm qualified to talk. Here's Josh. Here's Dave Sharpe, Matt's probably back there. We got everybody's giving you permission right here, right now. We're saying, and I'm saying that this is what we must do to learn something faster, is we have to get in, learn it, do it, and teach it. And we should try to teach it same day as fast as possible, because the quicker that we can teach it and explain it to somebody else, the quicker we know that we're grasping the concepts. I'm having a mental breakthrough right now, Josh. I don't know about you, buddy.
100%. Yeah, it's when you can take a piece of information and explain it in any way to get somebody to understand it. That's when you know you understand what you're actually talking about. I actually was going through and doing some TikTok lives the other day, and I was talking to a lot of people, and they were like, but I don't understand the business. I don't understand affiliate marketing. And I said to them, and I actually used an analogy of like someone, say you wanted to learn to play an instrument, or you wanted to learn a brand new language. You would do it in a certain way. You know, you would follow a structured, proven system of success. You would gain access to that instrument. And it's the exact same way you go with a business online, specifically going through with Legendary. It has a proven success system. So you want to be taught by someone that you can replicate their self. And like me giving that analogy was me finally realizing that, okay, these people now understand, because I was able to take what I know and apply it to how they would resonate with it.
Yeah. Well, that's when you begin to get somewhat more advanced with your communication skills. And I saw a comment that came through before that somebody said content creation is hard. She said content creation seems hard. Well, so did walking when you were a baby. So did talking. So did everything else in your life.
Yeah.
So did driving a car, probably. So did going to college. So did being married. So did raising kids. But you did it. So don't come all up in here talking about, oh, I want to be financially free, right? But then it's like, yeah, you're going to have to do some hard shit.
Yeah.
You want to be something that's so big that so few people have? You want to be financially free? You want to be time freedom? You want time freedom? You know what you're asking for? You're asking for something that is a big deal. That's not just handed out.
Yeah.
It's earned, not given.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And here's what we're telling you that you got to do to earn it. It's not you got to go get shredded, run a triathlon, become a DECA athlete or whatever, and wait 10 years and spend $50,000. We're just saying, learn some shit. Yeah. Go through our course. Go through somebody else's course. Whatever.
Yeah.
Do it. And then teach it and try to explain it quickly. Because just like parenting and being married and all these other things that were really hard, this is going to be hard at first. This is going to be hard at first. You logging onto your computer was hard at first. You trying to figure out how to work your iPhone was hard at first. But you were so excited because you couldn't wait to get on Facebook and play Candy Crush, so you pushed through.
Yeah.
But we don't see what's possible on the other side. We've not experienced time freedom, financial freedom. So it's just kind of these things that we like to talk about, but we don't really push ourselves through to achieve it because it's hard at first.
Yeah.
So my big takeaway today is, yes, it's hard. And you have to get into, here's a guy, Josh, from a small town in the UK who told himself that he wasn't shit and nobody was ever going to listen to him. And how could he be successful? And here he's online crushing it because you know what an entrepreneur is? It's somebody who breaks the rules. Right. And you know what the exact not rule breaking is in life? It's, well, I'm going to go through and I'm going to really take my time and take a couple of years to master this stuff. And maybe one day in a couple of decades, I'm going to turn around and I'll have something to offer. I mean, it's sort of like what we do in society. I mean, I have absolutely nothing against any professor or person that works in education, but you don't have to have built a multi-million or billion-dollar business to be a professor in college. So there's people all over that are teaching things that they may not have experienced. What I'm telling you today, folks, is that being an entrepreneur is about being a risk taker, and it's about breaking the rules. And so you're learning something, and you're not going out there and lying, but you're using creativity to say, let's say for example, if you are in the make money online niche, every single morning we're teaching concepts. Every single morning we're teaching things. And quite frankly, no matter what niche you're in, you could take concepts and even things that we teach just here on this free show and repurpose them into your content. But you have to be willing, to break the rules a little bit. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable going through that learn, do, teach process at the beginning. And Josh, that's what you did. You got through, as Brian Brewer calls it, the valley of despair in those first 30 days. And now it's not as hard anymore, is it, brother?
No, not at all. Like that, it's exactly that. It's society teaches us to stay where we are because it's easy, because it's comfortable, because it's what we're doing, our friends are doing, it's what our parents are teaching us to do. It's what everybody wants us to do. Stay in the bubble. But the people that make a difference are the people that break out of that bubble. Like you saying, being an entrepreneur is going against the grind, going against and breaking those rules. Nothing is going to be perfect in your business. Something is always going to go wrong. So just do. Just hit the ground running. Don't start tomorrow. Don't wait till Monday. Don't wait until the afternoon. Get on your phone. Like, you're on your phone all day. Stop being a consumer and start being a creator, and then things in your life will change.
Yeah. Hey, man, you said it all, my brother. Well, listen, Josh, we have your TikTok handle up there. I mean, people can go and check you out and follow you and connect with you. If somebody was on the checkout page right now and they were, they had never signed up before. So, we're not talking about somebody who signed up 17 months ago. We're talking about somebody who signed up for the very first time or is thinking about signing up and beginning this journey. And they really are looking for something. I mean, they're looking for a business that they can do that's not going to be wildly have wild out of pocket expenses, tens of thousands of dollars. It's not going to take a bunch of their time. So they're looking for something, but they're just not sure. They're skeptical. What would you say to somebody based on your experience with at the very least the challenge?
With the basic challenge,
community, my friend.
Just jump in. Okay, jump in with 2 feet, because the community is there to catch you. I have never been a part of a community as strong as this. And we have Legendary, but we have affiliate marketing as a whole. I have met people from different courses and different backgrounds and come from different mentors. And 99.8% of the people you meet online only want you to succeed. All of these things that the market is too saturated and, you know, there's never going to be enough money to go around. There is enough everything for everybody, okay? When you want to sit there at the checkout point, you're deliberating whether or not this is going to be for me. You're never going to know unless you press that buy now, sign up, do it today button, okay? Do now, work out the rest later, okay? Because the longer you put it off, the easier it's going to be to never do it. Okay, so start that uncomfortability and then it gets easier. Start today. That's all I can tell people.
That start now and figure the rest out later is like a life motto, dude. You know, I love that. And I think that's the biggest today. We're going to leave it right there. And we are going to, of course, flash your TikTok handle up. But as I let you go, I'm going to keep that front and center. Start now, figure the rest out later from Josh. Appreciate you, brother. Keep us posted on your journey. Stay legendary, my friend. And we'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Appreciate it. Thanks, David.
All right, buddy. See you. Well, there you have it. Start now, figure the rest out later. You heard it there first from a young man in a small town in the middle of the UK who thought, I'm not shit. I can't ever succeed at this. Why even got started 17 months later, the second time, and is crushing it. And you just heard how and why. So go connect with him, follow him, support him, and as much as that, make a decision today for yourself and your future. Grab it, right? Grab the bull by the horns. Start now. Figure the rest out later. See you back here tomorrow for another episode. Peace.